motion that I agreed to it. That she spoke with the appellate attorneys, that she spoke with the appellant, me, and that we agreed to that. My attorneys were never contacted about that. So the Judge Egan, on the appeals court, he takes that at face value. I'm not bagging on Egan because all he had was what was written in the motion there. So he signs off on the 131-day extension. Meanwhile, my life's hanging in limbo through all of this. So that puts it out to June at some point. So she finally submits her thing, along with the motion to exceed the word limit by 2,000 words. We kept ours at 10,000 words. She needs 12,000 words to retort the arguments we were making. Judge approves it. So we're noticing now that they're playing it a little fast and loose with the rules, which I don't necessarily have a problem with as long as they're fair about it. So then we submitted a motion to submit an additional 2,000 words. So we would have the same number of words, which the judges allowed. That gave us an opportunity to retort some of the things that Susan G. Howe was saying. In Susan G. Howe's response here, she's claiming that it was Carenza and 3 of his associates. There were a lot more than 3 people there. What she's trying to do is minimize the danger that I felt by claiming there were fewer people there. It's all on video. How can you miss this? She's either blind or incompetent. She's either blind or incompetent, or she's intentionally lying. Or she's intentionally lying. But what she's trying to do is minimize the fear that I felt and minimize the actions of Carenza. Because again, riot is if you're doing that with 5 or more people. By claiming there were 3 people, she's then by minimizing what Carenza was doing. She even admitted in there that Carenza posed a threat to me. Carenza and 3 other people posed a threat to me. She's saying other than Carenza and his 3 associates, no one else posed a threat to him. So she's saying right there, Carenza posed a direct threat to me. Even Ryan Rasmussen, the ambush witness, he even concluded on the witness stand that Carenza and the dude shedding his backpack were direct threats to me and that I was justified on drawing on them. Even the guy brought in to debunk everything about my case agreed to that. So now we wait. We're waiting on the appeals court. There's no legal limit on their time. They can go as long as they want before they make a decision. They don't ever have to rule. The Libertarian Party waited 5 years before they got their ruling because there's 2 Libertarian parties in the state and they were both fighting each other in court for who would officially own the Libertarian Party. There was another case filed in December of 2016, over 2 years ago, where a guy, they just recently overturned it, where a guy was found guilty in a trial where he wasn't even at. The defendant wasn't there and his attorney wasn't there, and the judge allowed the trial to happen. It took the appeals court over 2 years to rule to reverse that. To rule, yeah, this guy had a right to his trial. You denied him his right. So, I've abided by everything they've told me to do because the last thing I want is trouble with them. And now we just wait. Meanwhile, my life is in limbo. My whole life is turned upside down. I pay all these fees. I'm now branded with all this stuff while I continue to fight this. I lost my apartment, had to give up a bunch of my belongings. And it's not fair. There's 80 DAs, hundreds of people in state DOG, thousands of police, thousands of activists, powerful media. It's not fair for them. They're going to need a hell of a lot more than that if they want to take me down. And I am prepared to take this as far as I need to take it, to whatever court I need to take it, for however long I need to do this, until it's overturned at whatever point it needs to be overturned at. The civil rights of everybody is at stake. My life is at stake. The rights of journalists are at stake. The rights of the community are at stake. What's interesting here is the officer that had me in custody for most of the night of the altercation here. I'd actually seen him at a previous event a couple years prior. It was a town hall for Ginny Burdick, the state senator. another person that I love to film and post videos about. Now, she refuses to take open questions at her town halls. You have to do little written questions, and they pick and choose which ones they're going to answer. So the only way to actually ask her something is after the event. And so I start asking her questions at the event as she's starting to leave. Now, she's got 5 police officers surrounding her. She's calling for all these gun restrictions, saying introducing a gun to a situation makes it more volatile. Yet she hires, on our dime, 5 plainclothes Portland police officers to be at this town hall with her. So I'm asking her these questions, and she doesn't want to answer them, of course, because they're tough questions about the actual policies and bills that she's supporting and introducing. So I'm asking her the questions, and eventually this police officer turns to me and goes, okay, you've had enough. If you keep doing this, it's going to be harassment. That's the same officer who had me in custody on the evening of this, who I was trying to explain to what had happened, and who I was trying to get to watch the videos. So I'm leaving his name out for very strategic reasons. According to the Portland Police, asking a publicly elected official questions at a public event, at a public venue where the public is invited, that's harassment. But if instead I were to see Ginny Burdick in a public area, and I gathered up a gang of masked thugs, and we had sticks in our hand, and we decided to encircle her from behind, and we started pushing and shoving her, shouting obscenities at her, demanding that she leave a public area, according to the Portland Police, perfectly acceptable behavior. Again, when I say that the public is at risk, that's what I mean. Everybody's at risk. You know, I'll compare this. Let's say there's a black dude who works for the Parks Department. And let's say he gets assigned a park in a racist neighborhood. You know, there's a lot of talk of white supremacists in the Pacific Northwest. Let's say he gets assigned to work at a park there. Let's say the people in that neighborhood don't like him because he's black or for whatever reason. So they see him there doing his job, like I was doing my job, and they don't like him. Let's say they file a police report saying, oh yeah, we saw him out by the school in his van. It looked like he was picking out children to go and molest. Now they can make this police report. They never contact the black dude about it. They can make the police report that says he's a suspected child molester. Just like John Slaughter did to me, saying that I'm a suspected white supremacist and accusing me of all this other racist stuff towards him. These other people can do the same thing. So let's say a mob of literally KKK guys decide they don't like the black dude working in the park. So they're going to put their hoods on, just like these guys put their masks on. They're going to go and visit, they're going to plan their thing. There's security cameras at the park that capture it all. And they're going to go and do to the black parks worker exactly what the mob did to me. And the black parks worker tries to get away. He's trying to get away from them. They've surrounded him. They're starting to push and shove him, and he's trying to get away. And they're continuing to come after him. Let's say as part of his job that day, he was slinging down bushes and whatnot. He has a machete with him. So he pulls his machete out on the KKK guys to get them to back off. Now it's the black dude. If you apply the same standard to me, now it's the black dude who faces the charges. And the KKK guys who started the fight, they're considered the innocent victims. Okay. So they can do that same thing to that. The NRA has been completely useless. They've been of no help to this. Anybody who's ever asked the NRA for help about me, oh no, we're not going to help Stricklin, he's a criminal. So if you're an NRA member, or if you have NRA's carry card, and this happens to you, NRA is not going to be there to help you. Not financially, not PR-wise. They're going to talk smack about you behind your back. Oregon Firearms Federation, they've been the ones helping throughout all of this. Because they're the ones actually on the ground doing things here in Oregon. So at this point, I will try to take questions if we can. Okay, all right. Thank you very much. Laughing at Liberals is the name of my YouTube channel. I put up a lot of videos about the case. You can go back and watch all this stuff, lots of raw videos. I put up lots of audio parts of the shenanigans that have gone on, the lies that have been told, proven to be lies, things that the district attorneys have said. Benjamin Carenza's lengthy criminal history.
Is your YouTube channel still up?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just not very active because I'm banned from filming political events.
All right.
Question.
Yes.
Two questions. One, can you go for federal civil rights movement?
We do intend on that. The first step towards that, from